In the tranquil hush of a Toronto cemetery, where the air is thick with whispered memories and the scent of freshly turned earth, Marcus Hale stands alone. The late afternoon sun casts long shadows over the headstones, each one a testament to lives lived and lost. Marcus, a man whose wealth has insulated him from life's harsher realities, finds himself drawn to his father's grave, a place he visits each year in a ritual of silent regret. Today, however, the solitude is broken. A young boy, no older than 10, kneels at a nearby grave, his small frame dwarfed by the stone angel watching over him. As Marcus approaches, the boy's whispered apology drifts on the breeze, a lament to a grandfather he believes lies beneath the wrong stone. Marcus's heart stirs, a prelude to revelations that will unravel his carefully constructed world. The boy's voice is soft, barely audible over the rustle of leaves, yet each word strikes Marcus like a bell tolling in the distance. "I'm sorry, Grandpa. I didn't mean to bother you," the boy murmurs, his head bowed in reverence to the past. Marcus, intrigued and unsettled, steps closer, clearing his throat to announce his presence. The boy flinches, looking up with eyes that are strangely familiar, wide and questioning. "Hey," Marcus says gently, trying to keep his voice steady. "I think you might have the wrong grave." The boy's brow furrows, confusion wrestling with determination. "No," he insists, shaking his head. "Mom said this is Grandpa's grave. She told me how to find it." Marcus feels a twist in his gut, a sensation both foreign and foreboding. He crouches down to the boy's level, his polished shoe sinking slightly into the soft earth. "Who's your mom?" he asks, the question slipping out before he can fully process its implications. "Emily," the boy replies, his voice barely above a whisper. "Emily Carter." The name hits Marcus like a wave crashing over him, pulling him under with its unexpected force. Emily, the woman he loved with a fierce, reckless abandon, whose memory he buried alongside his ambitions. They had parted ways years ago, their relationship a casualty of his father's unyielding expectations and his own misguided priorities. "What's your name?" Marcus asks, though he suspects he already knows the answer. "Jamie," the boy says, and Marcus sees it now, the same dark hair, the same sharp line of the jaw that greets him in the mirror each morning. His heart pounds in his chest, a frantic rhythm that drowns out the world around him. "Jamie," Marcus repeats, the name tasting both foreign and familiar on his tongue. "I'm your father." The words hang in the air, heavy with unspoken truths. Jamie's eyes widen, a mix of surprise and something resembling hope flickering in their depths. "Mom said you didn't want us," he confesses, his voice breaking slightly. "She didn't want me to come, but I had to see for myself." Marcus's breath catches, a sharp intake that echoes the sudden, raw ache in his chest. "I didn't know," he says, the words tumbling out, a clumsy attempt at explanation. "I swear, if I had known." Jamie watches him, his gaze unwavering, and for a moment, Marcus is lost adrift in a sea of possibilities, each one more terrifying and exhilarating than the last. "Mom said you'd say that," Jamie admits, his voice softening. "She said you'd pretend to care." Marcus feels the sting of those words, a reminder of the distance he's allowed to grow between himself and the things that truly matter. He reaches out, placing a tentative hand on Jamie's shoulder. "I do care," he insists, willing the boy to believe him. "I want to be part of your life, if you'll let me." Jamie's hesitation is palpable, a moment suspended in time where anything is possible. Then, slowly, he nods, a small gesture that carries the weight of 1,000 unspoken promises. "Okay," Jamie says, his voice barely more than a whisper, but it's enough. It's a beginning, a fragile, hopeful beginning that Marcus clings to like a lifeline. Together, they stand in the fading light, surrounded by the quiet whispers of the past. For Marcus, the world has shifted on its axis, revealing a path he never anticipated but is now determined to follow. With Jamie by his side, he feels the first stirrings of something he thought he'd lost long ago, a sense of purpose, of belonging. As they turn to leave, Marcus glances back at his father's grave, a silent promise etched in his heart: he will not make the same mistakes. Not this time. The drive to Emily's apartment is a blur of unfamiliar streets and tangled thoughts. Marcus grips the steering wheel a little too tightly, the reality of the situation settling over him like a heavy cloak. Jamie sits quietly in the passenger seat, staring out the window at the passing cityscape, his expression unreadable. When they arrive, Marcus hesitates outside the modest apartment building. The paint is chipped, the stairs creak underfoot. It's a world away from the polished marble and glass of his own life. He pauses at the door, heart pounding, before knocking softly. Emily answers, and for a moment, time stands still. She looks older, wearier than he remembers, but her eyes are the same, sharp, intelligent, and now filled with a mix of surprise and guarded caution. "Marcus," she says, the name hanging between them like a question. Her gaze flickers to Jamie, and her expression softens, the edges of her mouth curling into something resembling a smile. "We need to talk," Marcus says, trying to keep his voice steady. Emily steps aside, allowing them to enter, and he feels the weight of her scrutiny as he crosses the threshold. The apartment is small but tidy, filled with the scent of fresh coffee and the warmth of lived-in familiarity. Marcus takes a seat at the kitchen table, Jamie slipping into the chair beside him. Emily remains standing, arms crossed, an unspoken barrier between them. "Why didn't you tell me?" Marcus asks, the question raw with years of unanswered longing. "Why didn't I know about him?" Emily lets out a slow breath, shaking her head slightly. "I tried, Marcus. I wrote to you, called your office, but I never got a response. I thought you didn't want to be a part of our lives." Marcus's heart sinks, the pieces of the puzzle falling into place with a sickening thud. His father, ever the master of manipulation, must have intercepted her attempts, safeguarding his son's future at the expense of his happiness. "I didn't know," Marcus repeats, the words tasting bitter on his tongue. "My father, he must have kept it from me. I'm so sorry, Emily." She studies him, her expression softening as the truth settles in. "You really didn't know," she says, more to herself than to him, and the realization seems to lift a weight from her shoulders. Jamie, silent until now, looks between them, his small face a study in concentration. "Mom, can he stay for dinner?" he asks, the question tentative but hopeful. Emily hesitates, glancing at Marcus. There's a vulnerability in her gaze, a flicker of uncertainty that tugs at his heart. Finally, she nods, a small gesture that speaks volumes. "Okay," she says, her voice a little steadier. "He can stay." The tension in the room eases, replaced by the tentative beginnings of understanding. As they sit down to eat, Marcus finds himself caught up in their easy banter, the rhythm of their lives a comforting balm against the chaos of his thoughts. They talk about school and dinosaurs, Jamie animated and bright-eyed as he shares his dreams of becoming a paleontologist. Marcus listens, captivated by the boy's enthusiasm, feeling a pang of regret for the years lost but also a burgeoning hope for the future. After dinner, as Emily clears the table and Jamie retreats to his room, Marcus finds himself alone with her once more. The silence is thick with unspoken words, but it's not uncomfortable. It's the silence of two people learning to navigate the space between them, mapping out the boundaries of a new relationship. Emily joins him on the couch, her expression thoughtful. "This doesn't change everything, you know," she says quietly, and Marcus nods, knowing she means it won't erase the past. But it doesn't have to. It's a step forward, a chance to build something new from the ashes of what was. "I'm here now," Marcus replies, his voice steady with conviction. "And I want to be here for both of you. Whatever it takes." Emily meets his gaze, a small smile curving her lips. "Then let's see where this goes," she agrees, offering a tentative olive branch. As Marcus leaves that night, the city lights twinkling like stars in the distance, he feels lighter, the burden of the past no longer as heavy. He knows it will take time to heal the wounds, to earn back the trust lost to years of silence. But for the first time in a long time, he feels like he's on the right path, a path that leads not just to redemption, but to the family he never knew he needed. The days that follow are filled with cautious steps and gentle overtures, a dance of reconciliation that Marcus navigates with care. He visits Jamie and Emily regularly, slowly integrating himself into their lives. Each visit is a new opportunity to learn, to listen, and to grow closer as a family. Marcus finds himself at the local library one Saturday afternoon, Jamie's hand firmly in his as they peruse the shelves. The boy's fascination with dinosaurs is insatiable, and Marcus is determined to nurture it, even if he doesn't quite understand all the Latin names and complicated theories. As Jamie pulls book after book from the stacks, his eyes shining with excitement, Marcus watches him with a sense of wonder. Here is a child who is both a stranger and intimately familiar, a reflection of his past and a promise for the future. "Look at this one, Dad," Jamie exclaims, holding up a book with a vibrant cover depicting a ferocious T-Rex. The word Dad still sends a thrill through Marcus, a reminder of the new role he's learning to embrace. "That looks like a good one," Marcus replies, ruffling Jamie's hair. "Do you think it has any new facts we haven't learned yet?" Jamie grins, his enthusiasm infectious. "Maybe. Let's check it out and see." They spend the afternoon immersed in a world of prehistoric giants, Jamie's voice animated as he reads aloud snippets of information. Marcus listens, occasionally interjecting with questions, enjoying the easy camaraderie that has developed between them. Back at Emily's apartment, the three of them settle into a comfortable routine. Marcus often stays for dinner, helping Jamie with his homework afterward while Emily watches from the doorway, a soft smile playing on her lips. It's a scene of domestic tranquility he never imagined for himself, yet now, he can't picture life any other way. One evening, as they sit together on the couch, Jamie snuggled between them with a book in hand, Marcus feels a warmth spread through his chest, a quiet contentment that has been absent for far too long. Emily glances over at him, her eyes reflecting a mixture of gratitude and something deeper. "You're good with him," she observes softly, her voice laced with a hint of surprise. Marcus shrugs, a faint smile tugging at his lips. "He's a good kid," he replies, the words simple yet profound. "I just want to make sure he knows he's loved." Her expression softens, and for a moment, they sit in companionable silence, the past's shadows fading into the background. It's not always easy, there are moments of tension, of missteps and misunderstandings, but they navigate them together, learning to communicate and compromise. As the weeks turn into months, Marcus becomes a fixture in their lives, a steady presence that Jamie comes to rely on. He attends school events, cheering Jamie on at soccer games and school plays, his pride in his son evident in every gesture. Emily, too, begins to trust Marcus more fully, allowing him into the parts of their lives she once guarded fiercely. They share stories and laughter, memories of their past mingling with hopes for the future. It is a partnership forged from shared experiences and mutual respect, each of them committed to providing Jamie with the stability and love he deserves. One Saturday, they decide to visit the Natural History Museum, a place Jamie has been begging to explore. The grand halls echo with the sounds of excited children and the soft murmur of fascinated adults, the exhibits towering and awe-inspiring. Jamie leads the way, his small hand gripping Marcus's as they navigate the exhibits. He chatters excitedly, his knowledge of dinosaurs impressing even the tour guides. Marcus and Emily exchange amused glances, their shared pride in Jamie a tangible bond between them. As they stand before a towering skeleton of a brontosaurus, Emily slips her hand into Marcus's, a quiet gesture of solidarity and connection. He squeezes her fingers gently, acknowledging the journey they've undertaken together, a journey that has redefined who they are as individuals and as a family. By the time they leave the museum, the sun setting in vibrant hues over the city, Marcus feels an overwhelming sense of gratitude. Gratitude for second chances, for the love that has blossomed in unexpected places, and for the family he thought he could never have. The path ahead is still uncertain, but with Jamie and Emily by his side, Marcus knows they can face whatever challenges come their way. Together, they built a bridge over the chasm of the past, stepping into a future filled with hope and possibility. The morning light filters through the curtains, casting a soft glow across the room. Marcus is already awake, sipping his coffee as he goes over some documents at the kitchen table. It's a rare quiet moment, the apartment still and peaceful before the day begins. Emily emerges from her bedroom, moving slowly, her face drawn and eyes shadowed with fatigue. Marcus watches her with a growing sense of concern. She's been complaining of headaches and dizziness for weeks, but today she looks particularly pale. "Emily, you okay?" he asks, setting down his cup, the warmth of the coffee seeping into his palms a comforting contrast to the chill of worry. She offers a wan smile, waving off his concern. "Just a little tired," she replies, though her voice lacks conviction. "I have a doctor's appointment later. It's probably nothing." Marcus nods, but the unease lingers, a heavy weight in his chest. He watches her go through the motions of the morning routine, her movements slower than usual, as if each step requires a deliberate effort. Later, as he drops Jamie off at school, Marcus's thoughts are still with Emily, his mind replaying the subtle signs he's noticed over the past few weeks. He resolves to accompany her to the doctor, not willing to brush off the growing knot of anxiety in his gut. The waiting room is sterile and quiet, the kind of quiet that amplifies every creak of the chair and rustle of paper. Marcus sits beside Emily, their hands intertwined, a silent pact between them as they wait for the doctor to call her in. The ticking of the clock is relentless, marking each passing second with an unnerving precision. When they are finally ushered into the office, the doctor's expression is grave, his words careful and measured. Emily listens, her composure steady even as the diagnosis falls like a hammer in the room. Glioblastoma. Aggressive. Limited options. Marcus feels as if the air has been sucked from the room, leaving him gasping in a vacuum of disbelief. Emily reaches for his hand, her grip firm despite the tremor in her fingers. Her eyes meet his, and in them, he sees a determination that both breaks and bolsters his heart. "We'll fight this," she insists, her voice unwavering. For Jamie, the treatment plan is a blur of medical jargon and schedules, a whirlwind of appointments and procedures. Marcus absorbs it all, his mind racing with the implications. 6 months, maybe a year with treatment, the doctor says, his tone apologetic yet firm. As they leave the office, Marcus wraps an arm around Emily, her strength a beacon in the storm of uncertainty. She leans into him, and together they navigate the labyrinth of the parking lot, each step a reaffirmation of their resolve. That evening, after Jamie has gone to bed, Emily and Marcus sit together on the couch, the quiet hum of the city outside a constant backdrop. The weight of the diagnosis hangs between them, heavy and insistent. "I need you to promise me something," Emily says, breaking the silence. Her voice is soft, almost lost in the shadows. "Anything," Marcus replies, his heart aching with the magnitude of what she might ask. "Take care of Jamie," she says, her gaze steady and unwavering. "When I'm gone, he needs you. He needs stability, love. More than ever." Tears prick at Marcus's eyes, and he fights to keep his voice steady. "I promise, Emily. I won't let him down. I'll be there for him, no matter what." Her smile is small, but it lights up her face, a flicker of the vibrant woman she has always been. "I know you will," she says, her faith in him a balm to his tormented soul. The days that follow are filled with a new kind of rhythm, dictated by hospital visits and treatment schedules. Marcus takes on as much as he can, balancing his work with the demands of being both a supportive partner and an attentive father. Emily faces each day with grace and resilience, her strength a testament to her love for Jamie. She spends hours with him, sharing stories, laughter, and quiet moments of connection that Marcus treasures as precious gifts. Watching them together, Marcus is struck by the depth of their bond, the way Jamie looks to Emily for guidance and reassurance. It fuels his determination to honor his promise, to be the father Jamie deserves and the partner Emily needs. As the weeks turn into months, the reality of their situation becomes increasingly unavoidable. Yet, amid the challenges, Marcus finds unexpected moments of joy and gratitude, a smile from Jamie, a shared joke with Emily, the simple pleasure of being a family. In the quiet of the night, as he watches over Jamie's sleeping form, Marcus makes another promise to himself and to Emily. He will carry her spirit with him, ensuring that Jamie grows up surrounded by love, knowing he is part of something bigger than himself. The path ahead is uncertain, fraught with heartache and challenges, but Marcus faces it with resolve. With Emily's strength as his guide and Jamie's future as his beacon, he knows that together, they can weather whatever storms come their way. As Emily's condition becomes more critical, the outside world begins to take notice. Marcus's high-profile status as a millionaire entrepreneur doesn't afford him the privacy that most people would take for granted. News of Emily's illness and Marcus's sudden appearance in her life spreads like wildfire, fueled by tabloids eager to exploit the personal tragedy for public consumption. It begins with a single photograph, a candid shot of Marcus and Jamie outside the hospital, their expressions solemn, unaware of the camera lurking in the shadows. Within days, the image is plastered across gossip columns and news sites, accompanied by sensational headlines speculating on the nature of their relationship and Marcus's motives. The media frenzy is relentless, a cacophony of whispers and judgments that Marcus finds difficult to ignore. Every detail of his life is dissected and scrutinized, from his business dealings to his personal history with Emily. The invasion of privacy is a stark reminder of the price of his success, a harsh contrast to the intimate struggles he faces behind closed doors. Marcus is no stranger to public attention, but this is different. This is raw, personal, and deeply invasive. The pressure mounts as journalists camp outside Emily's apartment, their cameras poised to capture every fleeting moment of vulnerability. Emily, ever resilient, handles the intrusion with grace, shielding Jamie from the worst of it with a mother's fierce protectiveness. She fields questions from curious neighbors and deflects the prying eyes with a quiet dignity that Marcus admires and strives to emulate. Despite the chaos, a surprising ally emerges in the form of public support. Letters and emails pour in from strangers offering words of encouragement and stories of their own battles with illness. The outpouring of empathy and solidarity is a balm to their frayed nerves, a reminder that they are not alone in their fight. Marcus, inspired by the unexpected kindness, decides to use his platform for good. He reaches out to charitable organizations, leveraging his influence to raise awareness about glioblastoma and the challenges faced by single parents. He donates generously to research initiatives and support groups, determined to turn the media circus into a force for positive change. His efforts do not go unnoticed. The narrative begins to shift as the public perception of Marcus transforms from a detached businessman to a devoted father and partner. The tabloids, sensing a different kind of story, pivot their focus, highlighting his philanthropic endeavors and the strength of his family in the face of adversity. Through it all, Jamie remains blissfully unaware of the media storm swirling around them. Marcus and Emily work tirelessly to preserve the sanctity of their home, ensuring that Jamie's world remains stable and secure. They focus on creating lasting memories, filling their days with laughter and love, determined to make the most of the time they have left. As the media frenzy begins to subside, Marcus reflects on the lessons he's learned from the ordeal. The experience has humbled him, peeling back the layers of his carefully curated public persona to reveal the man beneath. He is grateful for the opportunity to redefine himself, not through wealth or success, but through the strength of his relationships and the depth of his compassion. Emily, too, finds solace in the support of their newfound community. She draws strength from the stories of others, their resilience a testament to the power of hope and human connection. Together, she and Marcus forge a new path, one that honors their shared history while embracing the possibilities of the future. As they navigate the challenges ahead, Marcus and Emily are buoyed by the realization that they are part of something larger than themselves. Their story, once a source of speculation and scandal, has become a beacon of hope and inspiration, a testament to the enduring power of love, family, and the human spirit. In the quiet moments between hospital visits and media appearances, Marcus and Emily find comfort in each other's presence, their bond strengthened by the trials they have faced. They know that the road ahead will not be easy, but they face it with courage and resolve, determined to make every moment count. Together, they have weathered the storm, emerging stronger and more united than ever before. And as they look to the future, they do so with a renewed sense of purpose and the unwavering belief that love truly can conquer all. Through the trials and turmoil, Marcus learns that life is not defined by wealth or success, but by the connections we forge with those we love. His journey from a detached, driven entrepreneur to a devoted father and partner reflects the profound transformation that comes from embracing vulnerability and accepting help. Emily's steadfast courage in the face of her illness and her unwavering devotion to Jamie serve as powerful reminders of the strength found in love and resilience. Her story is one of grace under pressure, showing that even in the darkest times, there is light to be found in the relationships that sustain us. Together, Marcus and Emily teach us that life's true rewards are not measured in dollars or accolades, but in the quiet moments of connection and the unyielding bonds of family. Their journey underscores the importance of being present, of cherishing every moment, and of building a legacy of love and kindness. In the end, Marcus finds redemption not in the boardroom, but in the simple act of being there for his son and honoring Emily's memory. It is a lesson in humility and compassion, a testament to the enduring power of love to heal and transform. If this story touched your heart, we invite you to join us in spreading its message of love, resilience, and the power of family. Like, share, and comment to help others discover this tale of transformation and hope. Your engagement not only supports our channel but also fuels conversations about the importance of connection and compassion in our lives. Have you experienced a moment that reshaped your understanding of what truly matters? We'd love to hear your thoughts and stories in the comments below. Let's build a community grounded in empathy and support, where every voice is heard and valued. Subscribe and turn on notifications to ensure you never miss an inspiring story, each one a testament to the human spirit's capacity for growth and renewal. Together, let's embark on this journey of discovery and connection, reminding each other of the beauty and strength found in the bonds we share. Thank you for watching, and for being a part of our story. We look forward to bringing you more tales that celebrate the enduring power of love and the limitless possibilities of the human heart.